Hello friends, welcome you all once again in lecture series Manufacturing Technology. I am Amit Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Suresh Kanviar, University Jaipur. Today is the 27th lecture of this series and the topic of the today lecture is sheet metal operations by numerical methods. The objective of today's lecture is to understand the different types of sheet metal operations by numerical methods. So basically, we are discussing about some numericals which is based on the sheet metal operations and how we can design the sheet metal operations or workpiece by the help of some analysis with the numerical methods. Outcomes at the end of this lecture, student will be able to understand about the sheet metals provide a host of benefits to every industry because it has a low weight to thickness ratio. It is easier to transport and worth it. So this material is also durable and strong, which make it ideal for a variety of other applications. So these are some objectives of the lecture. Now at the part, first of all, I'm discussing about some numerical portion. This is based on the sheet metal operation. So the example number one, which is a hole with 100 mm diameter is to be punched in a steel plate. A hole with 100 mm diameter. So basically, we are having the diameter sheet metal on, and the diameter approximation 100 mm are given, and the sheet plate of 6 mm thickness. The thickness of the sheet plate, steel plate, that is 6 mm. The material is called rolled C40 steel. So the material for the sheet steel, that is a C40 steel used for this, and the maximum shear strength for this C40 steel material having 550 megapascal. With normal clearance on the tool, and the cutting is complete at 40% penetration of the punch. So 40% total we are having the penetration of the during the punch having the penetration which we are occurring on the surface of sheet metal. Give the suitable diameter for the punch and die. So what are the diameter and the what are the punch of the die we are discussing? Shear angle on the punch in order to bring the work with the capacity of a 200 kilonewton press available in the shop. So basically, we are discussing about how we can find out the diameter of the punch and the die, and the shear angle of the punch as well as with the permissible stresses we have given at the capacity of 200 kilonewton. So these are the questions and arriving in the sheet metal operation. So what is the solution? The solution we can first of all put the value that is we can the clearance per side. So clearance per side will occur by the 0.0032 y 6y 550 equals to 0.40 mm. So that means how it will obtained? It will obtained by the clearance per side. We can be for the C40 steel having and 550 having the maximum shear stress. That means the 0.45 mm are the clearance per side. Punch diameter that is 100 mm. 100 mm is a given diameter of the hole. That is the punch diameter. It's given in the question. 100 mm. Die diameter is also given. That is 100 plus 2y into 0.45 is equal to 100.9 mm. So the die diameter is also we have to find out now that 100.9 mm, and without any shear, the maximum punching load is given by 550 by P by 100 by P is equal to 1036.725 kilonewton. So the answer we can find out with the help of diameter of the punch and die. So the punch diameter that is 100 mm, die diameter is 100.9 mm, and without any shear, that means the maximum punching load we have to find out. That is total is 100 into 6 into 550. That is the total amount if we calculate. That is the 100 1336.725 kilonewton is the maximum punching load without any shearing of material. Okay, so that's why what we do. That is the next step. That is let we consider that is a P be the penetration of the punch in the form of shear reduce the punch load to the available 20 kilonewton. total work done in punching, that is 1036.725 into 6 into 0.4. That means if you multiply this all the value, you can find out the value, that is 2488.14 joule. So this is a total work done by the punching. So that is the value is indicated by the joule, that is a 2488.14 joule. When we apply, that is the consider, that is the work done with the shearing, 200 kilonewton maximum load. So you can put the value, that is 200 under bracket 0.4 into 6 plus P. So equating the two, we get the value of P as we can find out the formula, that is putting this formula to work done minus the total, we can get the energy that is from that pointer is equal to this penetration point, that is the 42488 minus 480 divided by 200. So we can find out the value, that is 10,0407 mm is the value of P. And this assume that some condition, that is a balanced shear on the punch, we get the shear angle, and the angle, that is tan inverse, that is a 10.0407 divided by 50, and we can finally find out the value, that is 11.37 is the answer of the shear angle. So all these three categories we have to find out successfully. That is the first is the diameter of the punch, diameter of the die, and the shear angle of the punch. So with this all the three find out by the step to step. Now I'm just repeating once again for the revision. That is, we can first of all we have to choose the for clearance per side. How we can clearance per side? You have to select for the 0.003, that is 340 steel having the maximum shear stress, which is the 550 and multiply with, and multiply with the 6, that is number of holes we are conducting. So that time we can say multiply by this, and you can 0.45 is the answer. Punch diameter, that is 100 mm diameter, you can find out by this, and the die diameter also find out by the 100 plus 2 by 0.45, that is 100.9 mm. So without any shear, so first of all we consider without any shear, then after we consider the with the shear. So without any shear, the maximum punching load is given by the 550 P into 100 into P6, that is a 1036.725 kilonewton. So this is the actual answer we have to find out by without any consideration the shearing, without any shearing. So these are the some diagram. Let P be the penetration of the punch in the form of shear reduce, and the punch load of the available. So we consider the 20 kilonewton, which is also mentioned in the numerical. And the last, that is we can calculate the work done in punching, that is from the 136.725 and to 6 into 0.4. You can calculate if you can find out to 488.14 joule. And then if we consider the some shearing operation, shearing performed, then the 200 load of maximum load appearing, so that is 200 under bracket 0.4 into 6 plus P. So we can put the value of P at that place and find out that is 2488.40 minus 480 divided by 20. So this we can find out the value by this is P at 10.0407 mm. And this assuming we can find out the shear angle on that to find out the 10 inverse, that is a total number of P divided by the 50. That means we have to find out by this. So they are dividing this term, and you can find out the shear angle, that is 11.35 is the shearing angle for that. So this is very simple numerical, and there is no any difficulty I think you have to face, because first of all we consider without any shear angle, and after you consider the with the shear angle. So these all other both the three terms are to be calculated by this. So these are the some multiplicated, we can find out the value, and easily it will be you're showing that we have to use for the sheet metal operation. So it is very simplest, and give the suitable time, that is a die punch for the die, and have the selected area. You can also find out by the diameter or the punch and the die of the punch, as well as we can the shear angle of the punch in order to the bearing. So this type of the application of this type of numerical is to when you are applying the punch or sheet metal operation, or doing an operation of that sheet metal operation, so that if you are making the punch or find out the stresses bearing capacity of the material having or not for that particular load. So that's why you have to first of all consider the without the load, and after they consider the with the load. So what are the impact, or what are the difference between the load with the consideration the shear, and load without the consideration the shear. So you can find out the which type of load having the give the impact of for damaging the sheet. These are the some article for that. purpose we have to conduct it. Second, it is a symmetrically cup of circular cross-sectional with diameter 40 mm. So we can say that a symmetrically cup of circular cross-section which having diameter is 40 mm, height is 60 mm, or with a corner radius of 2 mm. So is to be obtained in steel of 0.6 mm thickness. Okay, so make the necessary design calculation for the preparing the die for the above cup. So we have to first of all understand what is we are saying that in the numerical. It is a numerical, we can say that a symmetric cup cross sectional area with the diameter we have in the 40 mm. And then the height we considered it is 60 mm, and with the radius of given it is 2 mm of the obtained C20 steel of 0.6 mm thickness. That's why we consider the maximum necessary design calculation of for preparing the die for the above cup. So this why we consider the corner radius or the shell diameter, or we have to conduct it for the two divide for the radius having the formula for the corner radius divided by shell radius, shell diameter. So by this we can find out the design calculation for the design. So the formula is that apply for the corner radius divided by shell radius is that means the 2 divided by the 40. We all this all the terms we have corner radius divided by shell radius. That is put the value of corner radius that is 2, and the shell radius having the 40. That was 1 by 420 is the design consideration for the radius. Okay. Now next one, that is the hence the blank diameter. Blank diameter, how we can calculate? We can calculate by the formula as under root d square plus 4d into h. So d square we having a d that is a 40 and plus 4 as the numerical value, and d that is small d that is a 40 into the 60 that is height is 60. So after calculating these terms, if you have to find out that is 105.83 mm. Now the trim allowance that we can say that is 6 mm. So 6 mm that is we can say that is the final blank diameter that is 112 mm. And next step is to ascertain in the amount of percent reduction to estimate the number of draw. So for the percent reduction that is 10, we can say 100. So under the 1 minus d by d is equal to we can put the value as small that is 40, and now we have to find out the final blank diameter that is 112, that is 112. Now we can solve this term. You can find out the percentage reduction in the number of draws. So the total number of draw percentage is 64.2857 is the correct answer for it. So this is the more than the 45, and hence the cannot be obtained in single draw. So we can say that it is a the two draw with the first draw at the 40%, and the another one second is the 25% will be able to achieve the desirable cup shape in the first draw. That is the first draw condition is 40 is equal to 100 divided by 1 minus d upon 112. So by this formula you can calculate. So this other term that is more than 35%. So at least we can say hence the cannot be obtained. So this is the very simplest term. So first of all, to find out blank diameter, and after to find out the final blank diameter. So which is the difference between that? That is the first is the 105.83 mm. Another one is that is the 112. So these are the both are a difference to each other. So which we are calculating by this. So these are the some percent reduction, or we can say that the some 45%. You can see here that is 45% or 40% or 25% calculated. So without this, the first drawn that is a 40 minus 100. So 1 minus d upon 112. You can find out the first row, and another one that is the first row are calculating the for by the this numerical. It is cup diameter after first row that is 44.8 mm. Corner radius of punch that is 60 is equal to 30.6 mm for mm. That is so completely a round figure we can say that. And this is also satisfy the criteria that the certain point of this radius should be with the cup of the next row. And now the radius of die that is a 0.8 into pi 112 minus 44.8. So you can into multiply with the 0.6 value, and you can find out the total it is 5.79 equal to the 5. Okay, so you can consider this. So that is what a die clearance table, that is the 4 we can find out the value that is 1.09 T. and put the value of t, that is 0.6 in multiplied by the 1.09. So you can find out the value, that is 0.654 mm. So round figure we have to consider 0.65 mm is the total value we can find out for dye clearance value. Okay. Now for the second draw, that we have to consider another one second draw, that is we have shown in the diagram. That is if you have the outer diameter, that is 44.8, and inner diameter, that is the 40, and corner radius, that is 3, and we have to find out the inner radius, that is the 4, the 4 are radius and 2 in the internal radius. So there are some dimensions which we are given in the figure. For making this type of numerical, we have to consider the design consideration first. And since the required drawing is only 2 mm, we can find that the corner radius of punch, that is a 4t is equal to 2.1 mm in 2 mm. That's it. Draw radius of die, that is a 6 mm, and this is obtained by the criteria that the center of the draw die radius should be outside the previous draw, so that we can set a 3 mm. Total we have to obtain, this is obtained by the criteria that the center of the drawn die radius should be outside the previous drawn and cup about the 3 mm. So these are the some special, which are the some criteria. The other some is obtained criteria, and it has center for the drawn die radius should be the outside for the previous draw. So these are the some type of examples we have choosing for the find out the value of die clearance. That is a 1.11 into t. That is for the 0.6 we have to consider. That is 0.666 mm. Totally we have similarly we have to consider 0.67 mm. And now for the drawing pressure, that is a pi into d ts. That is underscore the d divided by d minus c. So where the pi into 40 and to 0.6 into 550. So under we can set it 112 divided by 40 minus 0.6. So total we have to find out 91.23 kilonewton. So these are the some answer we have to find out for that. So these are the total drawing pressure. I think it is very simplest type of numerical, having the only we can just find out for the first of all the corner area design consideration basically. The design consider die basically for the first row and the second row. So first of all you have to find out the blank diameter. We have to know consider. After you can find out the final blank diameter. So you can find out difference between them. So initially we can find out the blank diameter, that is 1.5.83 mm, and you can find out the final diameter, that is 112. It's the difference between the two or too much for actual and theoretical. So that's why we can say that our final, after we find the diameter, we can calculate the reduction percentage reduction. Percentage reduction actually indicate that the reduction value 4% is the percentage reduction value for the between the blank die and the final blank die. So these are the totally difference between them. So we have to consider, which we have to consider for the making object of the series. What did we have to consider? That is the first row we have to find out by this formula. And the conditions are this. So you have to can observe that the draw radius of the die and the die clearance radius is 5 and 0.65. There is also the percentage reduction value. That's too much percentage reduction value, because you can find out the draw die by this formula, and you can find out the drawing die by this formula. So you can put the value of t, that is 0.6, which is given in the numerical. So after deporting or dividing this type of deporting this value and multiply this, you can get the value approximation 0.65, which is so suitable, which is having the clearance value. It is a die clearance, that means the only the few spacing are remaining of for the completely having the tolerance which we required. So that time we have to idea, we have generating the idea with this. So 5.079 is the answer for it. So with the have simplicity, and secondly we can draw this diagram by the help of this numerical. You can find out this value with the help of this table. So you put two value, that you can find out the two for the corner radius, and the drawing radius, and the 4 for the corner radius we can see here. So and 6 is also the for the die drawn of the die. We can put the value from this drawing. So and the 3, that means the 3 is the previous, we can say that the cut outside cut by the about the 3 So this all the questions are of the terms are given. Now you can easily put all the value from this condition for the value of t, small t is 112 and capital T 40 and my c, that is 0.6. Now calculating, you can find out drawing pressure, that is the 91.23 kilonewton is the answer, and the die clearance value, that is 0.67. So these are the some value we can find out by the different sections. So these are the some answer of this particular numerical. Now the example number third, that is indicate calculate the length of sheet required for making the component. So calculate the sheet required for making the component. That means the out of the 3 mm, C20 steel is we have considered for this. So you can see in this diagram, that is this diagram indicate that having the radius, corner radius, that is a 10 and the right hand side, and the 5 for the left hand side. And you can see here this is the for 50 mm height and the 3 mm thickness for this component, for this section, and the 10 mm for the length. So these are the B1 and B2 are the 2 points from the initial and the final point. It will B1 is the initial and the B2 is the final point, where the some corner to be considered here for the radius for 5 radius on the left hand side and the 10 radius for the right hand side. So these are the difference between the two radius, but equality having the same. So these are the some the diagram how we can make the design with the different corners, and we can not find out the such differences. Now these all the differences are same. So it is happening by the can what. So by that's why we have to calculate the length of the sheet required for making the component. So what the length of the sheet we require for making the component is just answer of the 0.3 mm C20 steel we have to require. So what the solution? The solution is that basically first of all we consider that is the R is greater than the 2T. The condition is first is obtained, and for that as the R is greater than the 2T, and for that the K is equal to 0.33 having the value. So what is the blend allowance? How we can find out? We can find out by the 90 divided by 360 and into the 2 pi under bracket of 5 plus 0.33 into 3 and a close. So these are the, after calculating this, we can find out the blend allowance, that is a 9.42 mm. And if the condition is changed, that is R is less than the 2T, and for that the R is less than 2T, the K value is 0.50. So at that time we can put this term and we can find out the value, that is 18.06 mm. So you can find out the both the allowance, the band allowance are different if the conditions are changed. It is the for one condition is R is greater than 2T and K is considered for 0.93, so the blend value is 049.42 mm. And if the we consider that the R is less than the 2T, then the K is considered for a 0.56, and you can find out the value of the calculating by blend allowance, that is 18.06 mm. So you can see that both the blend allowance is the difference, and by differencing on the changing on the condition. So this condition will be changes. So this condition will be changed obtained with the help of K value changes. First of all, K value 0.93 and then 0.50. That these two values are to be changes completely. So with this, we have to consider that 9.46 and 18.06 is the answer. That is, you have to find out. This value will be calculated by managing this value will be calculated by arranging the sum term. So with the help of this, we have to find out the differences between the two with the different conditions. Okay, now finally we can find out the total length, that is 50 minus 5 plus 3, that is plus 9.42 plus 100, that is 110 plus 3 plus 18.06 plus 50, that is minus 10 plus 3 is equal to 185.58 mm. So we can find out that the outer layer which are under tension should be stretched excessively, else there is a likelihood of the rupture taking place. The amount of stresses depending on the sheet thickness and the bend radius. So lower the bend radius, higher is the strain in the zone. Hence, there is a minimum bend radius to be specified and depending on the material characteristics. So these are the some characteristics we have to find out when outer the layer which are to be under tension. So the conditions that we have to find out, the total length is increasing, that is the 185.48 mm. So with having the cross sectional area. So with having the cross section area, this area will be find out by lower the bending radius, higher the strain in the curve, or we can say that the amount of stretching depending upon the sheet thickness and the bending radius. So hence there sometimes we have to observe that the minimum bending radius that to be specified or depending on the material characterization. It totally depending upon the material characterization, what material we have selected, and during the selection of that material, what is the procedure that we have to use for the bended operation. So these are the some criteria which we have to find out for. That's why we have to selecting the terms which we they are the only simplest two terms. That is the R is greater than the 2T, K is equal to 0.33, Another one is R is equal less than 2t, that's a k is equal to 0.50. So these are the difference between the k and understanding the greater and the less than the R. So we can change the band value. So by number of the different experiment, you have to change the value of k for some one and for sometimes change and some value of k for the since greater than time. So you can find out the value different number of the value different number of experiment you can find out, and then more the thickness we have to find after total reading, that we can find out the stretches value. That is stretches value, the stretching of the depending totally on the band radius. So the band it is that we can say that the band radius or the higher the strength in the zone, hence there is a minimum band radius to be specified. So depending on the metal characterization, so these are the metal characterization is to be observed. So lower the band radius, higher the strength in the zone. Lower the we can say that the more radius, it will increasing the strength in the zone for the higher rate. So these are the some specifications which we have to consider for this numerical. So numerical basically is simple design on the basic of if you make this type of design, that the design having dimension at the given. But what are the examples? If you can find out the bending length calculation, you can find out the bending length calculation first of all. So how you can find out the ending length calculation by considering that is two variables. R is having the second condition and R is the third condition. So you can put the value. So by arranging this type of value, that is the R, that is R is greater than the 2t, that is k is equal to 0.33. Another one, R is less than, that is a 2t, that is k is equal to 0.5650. So both the blend elements having a different R, having a total length, having a different. So this all are the some specific thickness or specific radius we can find out by the maximization. So these are the some depending conditions for the material characterization. Lower the bending radius, higher the radius strength. So these are the condition options. So if you want to can the bending radius very radius, then the strength value will be high. So what we do with the minimum the bending radius? So we have to what the minimum the bending radius we specify for depending upon the material characterization, that means material resistance, stress capacity, strength capacity, hardness, toughness. So these all are the some considerations we have to use for the during the numerical we have to consider. So if you want to make it a real web design in the real life example, you could say that if you want to use aluminium for the stairs for the any purpose for making the material for the any object with the for the aluminum material. So you know that what is the property of the what are the metal characteristics of the characteristics of aluminum. You can also easily find out. So it will be just depending upon the such condition. So which is the minimum bend radius has to be specified by the help of it. So even you have to an idea, even you have to find out with the radius, we have to calculate the more bending calculation or having the specific required time which we have to use in the amount of calculating them. So these are the some conditions to be obtained for that. We have to an idea. We have to reducing the number of stresses have to find out. So these all are the terms which are indicated during the design consideration. So when you are designed such type of having the lower the bending radiation, you will be considered. And especially what we do, especially we have to consider that if you know that having the aluminum, so you must keep in mind the aluminum having the low melting point and low strength. So if you want to increase in the strength, you can make the as a alloy mixing and after it will be included. So that's why we have to selecting for the sheet metal is not properly for because easy, but aluminum will easily to be give the share desired shape as you want, because you have to light the way we do not require to any more forces apply on for changing the dimension. So that means it will be indicated for the numerical. So this numerical indicates, and lastly we can say that the outer the layers which we are under the tension. So the outer the layer which are under the tension should be the stretched excessively, and else there is the likelihood of rupture taking place. The amount of stretching depending upon the sheet thickness and the bending radius. So lower the bending radius, that means the higher is the strain in the zone. Hence there is the minimum bending radius specification, and obviously we can say that the maximum number of on the metal characterization will be considered for the hence for maximization and minimization of the specification. So these are the some term and condition which we are having. That's why we can say that lower the radius and lower the maximization which we are using. So this type of numerical will be help to find out the length of the length of the sheet required for the making the component. So this numerical will help you to understand this type of problem. Okay. Now we consider that is the next example number 4, which is based on the estimate the force required for a 90-degree bending of stainless steel, that is a 50 steel of thickness 2 mm in a V die section basically. So the opening can be taken as 8 times the thickness and the length of the bend part is 1 meter. So for the figure that we can find out that ST at 50 thickness, the ultimate tensile strength can be taken as the 500 megapascal. So once again, I'm repeat this question, that is to be estimate the force required. So estimate the force required for a 90-degree and a bending of 50 ST, that is a 50 steel of thickness in 2 mm and in V die. So that's why the condition that if you want to, first of all, you make the V shape of the die condition. So V shape you have to apply for that, and the die opening can be taken as the 8th time. So 8th times is the thickness. You can observe that mention the condition. That is the mentioned condition. At the time is the thickness and the length of the part band. It is 1 mm only. So for the steel, the 50 steel, the ultimate tensile strength having the given that is 50 megapascal. So what we do first of all we the die opening we calculate by the W is equal to 8 into 2, that is 60 mm. So die opening, that is the weight we can find out by the 8th time, that is the 8th is here and the 2 is the thickness. So we can calculate by that 8 into 2, that is 16 mm. And after that we can find out by the bending forces, that means the 1.33 into 1000 into 500 into 2 square divided by 16. Okay, these are the formula, and after calculating this equation, that we can find out the value, that is 1.66.25 kilonewton. That is, this is the total bending forces. So this is the total bending force we have to require. These are total bending forces having, and you can find out by the simply we have to calculate the bending forces by the estimating the force required. And force required, that means simply have to calculate the mechanism that we have to put for that. So what are the ultimate tensile stress? What can be find out by ultimate tensile stress? What can find out by if you're increasing the 500 megapascal, then something or maybe changes that force will be increases. Okay. So by increasing that term, we must be aware first of all to changing the ultimate tensile strength. We can put the value of different 500 to 600, 700, 800, 80, any other value what the required for the experiment purpose you have selected for that. Then you have standardization. So we can also put the value that is for the 50. We have to know that that is a 1.33. 1.33 is the correct answer. That we can find out the value. Another one is the 2 is the thickness. So you can put the 2 square divided by that 16. That 16 what is? That 16 is the die opening value. We can find out by the thickness into 8th time of the thickness multiplied by the steel thickness. So we can put the value by the 16. So these are the some conditions which we obtain for each and every example we have to show. So these are the some conditions will be calculated by this. Now the example number 5 is given, that is calculate the bending force required. Calculate the bending force required, that means for 550 steel 1.5 mm sheet of width, that is 1 mm, to be bent in a whip die, and the die radius used in that means 3 mm. So from the table, that is 8.1, for the C50 steel ultimate tensile strength can be taken as 80 mm megapascal. So these are some conditions are changed. So now before the previous year the numerical we also 50 500 megapascal, and now for the 550 steel the ultimate tensile that is 800. Now what is the difference between both of them? The difference between that is die opening we calculate by the different conditions. So we find out by the 1.5 plus 3 plus 3, that means the 7.5 is the die opening value. And for that whip die, that is the value of k is given, that is 0.33 for that. So we can easily calculate it by the bending rod, so that you can 0.33 into 1000 into 800 into 1.5 square divided by the 7.5, and you can put the value by the help of 79.20 kilonewton. So these are the some actual we can find out the bending forces, find out calculating with the for the terms or the material for 560 steel. There are some conditions we are given. So it is the simplest numerical, and having only you can find out the easily way to find out the bending forces on that 5/6 steel having bearing. So it just depending on few the taken the more the number of it and ultimate tensile strength, you will decrease in the bending forces, because ultimate tensile strength, that means it indicate that the material having taking the load without any failure. So that's why the more the number of more the high megapascal strength, so it will indicate. So it will be used for that. So 79.20 is the Newton kilonewton, the bending forces we require. This bending force is having the material which we are using for the 350 steel. So this ultimate tensile strength will indicate the material having the die opening, whipping die, and the bending die to be used. For this, we have to consider. Okay, so these are the some specifications having. So steel tensile strength can be taken by the 800 megapascal, and die opening the W is equal to 1.5 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 7.5. So these are the some objective we have to consider. Now the last question, and the topic we have to consider after the numerical. I hope to understand all the numerical. Basically, numerical is based on the find out the calculating the strength, length, and die punches, die. This all the five numerical very helpful to fight the competitive examination. Generally, we have to put the some type of questions in the examination for find out the some related to the sheet metal die, because it is the very complicated and very popular nowadays to be used for the sheet metal operation in the industry. So that's why we have to be using for that. Now the stress forming, we consider that the stress forming is a in all the previous processes considered, because the deformation of the metal is done by the elastic and the plastic range, and the spring back is always to be considered, however, and the stretch forming. So the complete deformation is carried out in plastic state only, and the material is first brought into the plastic state by stretching, hence the name stretches forming in the process. The sheet is held in the jaw of a hydraulic cylinder, or we can say, and it is stretched beyond the elastic limit. Then the steel is brought into the contact with the die as the shown in the figure, so as to give it the shape of the die. And the stretch forming is a comparatively simple and the inexpensive, because it is used for the single die. So that's why we can say that in all the previous process considered for the manufacturing of any the shear stress forming. So it is the operation. Basically, we have to completely deform the deformation is carried out. Plastic listed only. So when the completely straight deformation, that is over the plastic resin are completed, and it will not regain the shape after the remove the load. So that's why we have to apply for this type of loading in the numerical. So then the sheet is to be brought. Basically, whatever what this. So you can apply. You can show this diagram. You can show this diagram. That means this is the base, and these are the some jaws are placed, and these are the blank have to be suited for the first and the second end, and this is the hydraulic cylinder. You can apply both the type of both jaws having the forces are apply on them, and you can find out the some bending are to be decided. Which section is first easily to bend. That means that portion having the less ultimate acceleration at point, and the maximum stress is generated at this place. So that's why easily to break. So that's why we can say that the more the number of stresses are generated, more the number of die is to be occur. We have to design the such type of material having the more number of capacity to absorb. And you can find out that a particular point, which point is a weaker point. And after that, whenever you design the next step, you can easily to find out what section we have to increasing, or what section we have to make the prevent from the maximum load limitation. So these all are the some fundamentals we have to consider for the maximization load capacity occur. So the hydraulic cylinder is used for, because for applying the more number of hydraulic forces with the algorithm jaw, and jaw having the stress, that means some tensile stresses we are created for the both in equal and opposite side, and easily to bend it. So you can also find out some bending strength, or bending deformation completely plastically when applying to some certain load on the die. So this type of load we are considering when basically we are applying those area of this sheet metal which having the when some bending load we are considered. So that time we have to check the first of all our material to having the which having the what capacity the material will be bend and when the material will break. So these are some conditions will be obtained to be organized such type of material to the industry level. But before checking, we have to consider all the point, and if we find out before checking, we have to find out some defects, some deformations. Yes, this type of a problem we are arriving if the condition are occur. So these are the some conditions will be calculated for that. So there are some diagram which we obtained. Now at the end of this question, I am asking some multiple choice question based on the sheet metal operation. That is the first is which of the following forming process is suitable for the making the alternate and the cup shaft operations objective. So the objective that is the options are the forging, rolling, deeping, and the wire drawing. The correct answer for this that is the deep drawing is the answer for suitable for making the a tensile and a cup-shaped object. Second is which of the deep drawing processes a clearance is provided between the punch and the die to succeed the forging operation. That is the options are true and B is a false. So the correct answer that is a true. Yes, it is true. That is in the deep drawing processes. A clearance is provided between the punch and the die to succeed the forming operation. So these are the correct answer. But it is we can statement is correct. As it is having the clearance is provided between the punch and the die to succeed the forming operation. Third point, the third question that is the deep drawing processes can also be possible by having the shearing operation instead of the bending operation. The options are A is true and B is false. No, it is a false. It is statement is not correct because the deep drawing processes can also be possible by the having shearing operation instead of the bending operation. So we do not require for that having the shearing operations because we are instead we use the bending operation for that. So that's why it is very similar and it is very easy to use for the deep drawing operation. Okay. Now fourth question that is the punching a number of hole in a sheet is known as the options are perforating, B parting, C notching and D is the lancing. So the correct answer that is for the perforating is the answer. We have to consider generally for punching a number. So punching a number of holes in a sheeting is known as the perforating. It is this common type of operation we have to perform for making the holes in the sheet, just for making a coil, making a coin. That is for number of different number of coins we are considered for that. So that's why we have to select this type of operation for making this application of the coil is the answer for that. Fifth question that is sharing the sheet into two or more pieces is known as perforating, parting, notching, delancing. So the correct answer for this is a parting. So we can say that sharing the sheet into two or more pieces is simply with known as the partition. It is a kind of partition of the two sheeted that can be divided into two parts. So the sharing of the sheet into two or more the pieces is normally known as the parting. Sixth question that is removing the pieces from the edge in shearing operation is known as A is perforating, B parting, C notching, and D is lancing. So the correct answer that is C is lancing. So removing the piece from the edge in shearing operation is known as the lancing. Lancing operation is basically very preferred to for removing the we can say the piece from the edges. And shearing the by shearing the operation for edges we have to remove from the pieces. So that's why we can say it is a notching operation is a very popular for that. Now it is very just popular for removing the piece from the edge in shearing operation is known as the notching. Seventh is the leaving a tab without a removal any material is known as the examples questions are options are A is a perforating, B parting, C notching and D is a lancing. So the correct answer that is a D lancing. So we can say that the leaving a tab without removing any material. So we can remove the tab but without removing the material this process is known as the lancing operation. Eighth question that is moving a small straight punch up and down rapidly into a die is done by the process known as the A is perforating, B parting, C nibbling, and D lancing. So the correct answer that is C is the answer for that. Nibbling is Generally, for moving a small part, a straight part of punching up and down rapidly into die done by the process known as the nibbling. Ninth question, that is blaving in particular suitable for shearing of material. That is A is a thin blank, B thin blanks, and very thin blank, medium thin blank. The correct answer, that is B, is the thick blanks used for it. And 10th is which of the following is a type of die? So the simple die, progressive die, compound die, and all of the mentioned. So all the dies are considered for the type of die. So there is all the types are correct. That is simple die having, progressive die having, compound are having. So these all the types having the required for the operation of the sheet metal operation. So these all are the die are correct for that reason. Now at the end of this lecture, I am just recommend some books for the series. That is Principle of Manufacturing Metal and Process by James A. Campbell, Tata McGill publisher. Manufacturing Technology, Foundry, Forming, Welding by M.J. Rao, Tata McGill publisher. Production Engineering Science, P.C. Pandey, CKC by Standard Publication. Manufacturing Technology by R.K. Rajput, Lagnu publication. And Manufacturing Technology by P.N. Rao by Tata McGill publication. So I hope you understand this video and this lecture, and if you had doubt any query, you will be asked me on my email ID amit.tiwari@mygrando.com, and you will be also contact me on my mobile number at 690319448. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Listen patiently.